All right, hello, my name is Dylan Blake, and this is my statistics final project. So, the article that I chose was called Be Suspicious of Online Movie Ratings, Especially Fandango's. And it was written by Walt Hickey. So, I'll be giving you a quick overview of the article. So, the author's friend came up to him one day and said that Fandango's movie ratings seemed to be a little bit fishy. They seemed to be way extremely high. And so, the author took a look at it and he created this graph right here of 2,209 films that played in theaters in 2015. And then had the rating system right here, which is 1 to 5 stars. And as you can see here, the 35% of films were given a 4.5 star. That is crazy. And the lowest was a 2.5. So this is very skewed to the right. And I can guarantee that movies came out in 2015 just weren't this good. So there seems to be something fishy going on here. And so is Fandango the only one that's doing this? Yes, they are. As you can see by these other rating websites, they all go down to pretty low over here. They don't peak that high. It's pretty spread out pretty evenly. So Fandango is definitely doing something wrong here. So Fandango's online movie rating system is programmed to always round up to the nearest half star. If a film has an average rating of 4.1, it will display as a 4.5. The author found this by going into the code of the website and found out that they were doing this. And then on 8% of occasions, the average rating was displayed a half star above what it was supposed to be. For example, a film with a 4.5 rating would display as a 5. So clearly, Fandango is trying to make the movies seem better than they actually are. So why are they doing this? Well, the author actually contacted Fandango, and their official response was that it was probably just a glitch in their system, or they did some wrong programming. But it's speculated that because Fandango is a movie ticket selling website, they're trying to make the movies seem better so that more people will go and see more of the movies. Like, people don't want to go see a movie with a 2-star average. But if 35% of the movies have a 4.5 star average, more people want to go see them. But they're lying to the people that are using their website, because a 4.1 should round down to a 4, not a 4.5. So that was the article. And then my additional question that I'm asking is, do action movies have a higher average rating compared to non-action movies across the different rating platforms? So the procedure that I did to do this was I sorted the movies by action movies versus non-action movies. And I used the data set provided, which was 50 different movies, and the different rating systems given to it by different websites. And these were all, I believe, in 2015. And so I got the average rating systems of 5 different rating scales, I guess, because there was like 20 different ones on there. But I decided to go with the unrounded and normalized scale to get the most accurate rating. So I went with the Rotten Tomatoes normalized. I went with the Rotten Tomatoes user normalized. I went with the Metacritic normalized, Metacritic user normalized, and the IMDb normalized. And so what do I mean by normalized? Well, each movie rating website has a different rating system. And so I'll be giving you a quick overview of them just to get an explanation. So Rotten Tomatoes, they have one average rating for their professional reviewers and then a separate one for their general audiences. And when rating a film, it's either given a fresh or a rotten. So if the film has a 75%, it means that 75% of users gave it a fresh. And so in order to compare to other moving websites, we put it on the data file, normalized it, so that way a 75% would be a 4 out of 5 stars. And so Metacritic also has a professional reviewers and a general audience reviewers. And so for its non-user score, for its professional reviewers, it takes reviews from professional critics and gives them different weights based on their quality and stature of the review. So this creates a weighted mean of the average film rating. And then IMDb, registered users can give a rating on a 1 to 10 scale, and anyone can become a registered user. And so the results I got were, for action movies, the average was 2.92, and it had a sample size of 14 and a standard error of 0.98. And then non-action movies had an average of 3.19, a sample size of 36, and a standard error of 0.65. So as you can see here, non-action movies do have a slightly higher average, but we're going to perform a 2-sample t-test for means to see if this is actually significant or not. And so the null hypothesis is that there is no difference, and my alternate hypothesis is that action movies right here have a higher average rating. So here's all the information again, the ones being the action movies and the 2 being the non-action movies. And I got a t-statistic of negative 0.953, and my p-value came out to be 0.821, which is huge. So obviously I failed to reject the null hypothesis because it's above 0.05. And so my conclusion is that there is not enough evidence to conclude that there is a significant difference between the ratings of action movies and non-action movies. And here's a bar graph that I made. So right here I have action movies and non-action movies in their average rating. And then I also threw in the average rating for all the movies combined for each of these different websites. And so as you can see, so action movies, they're below the IMDb norm average, the Metacritic average, the Rotten Tomatoes average, and the Rotten Tomatoes normalized average right here. So action movies are all way below the average. And non-action movies, it's above the Metacritic in these other 2 right here. And yeah, that is my final project presentation. Thank you.